Hello, everybody. It's me again after 2 months. Excuse me that I haven't posted any video in my YouTube channel, but I had some things to do. I had some issues, and I'm back. Today, I'm gonna talk about something that affects the whole world. And I'm not talking about the war in Ukraine or the food crisis, which is a result of the Russian aggression against Ukraine. No, I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about the fact that there are so many wars on this earth. There are so many clashes between gangs, between armies, between insurgents and armies, between drug cartels and police special forces, and there are so many special forces, there are so many military academies, there are so many intelligence or counterintelligence services around the globe, and it's all in the military sphere. But if you think that only the military sphere, only the armed forces, the special armed forces of one country or of all countries on the globe, if you think that they are apart the military aspect, no, you are in mistake because we don't live in peace. If you think that you are probably in a country from Western Europe or North America, I don't know in which country you are, or even in Bulgaria. I live in Bulgaria, I come from Bulgaria, and we live in peace, or we think so, because Bulgaria is constantly attacked by the Russian Federation and the special services of the Russian Federation. And I will tell you why. Because all gangs in Bulgaria, all criminal organizations in Bulgaria are under the control of the Russian special services, and they use the former communist networks in Bulgaria since the 1989, and they manipulate through the Bulgarian communists and through the former Bulgarian KGB. The Russians used the organized crime, used its former networks to promote, to influence. Now in Bulgaria, many Russophile parties, like the one called Возрождение, they are promoting Russian interests, and you can see from the photos in internet, you can see that they use Russian flags, that they are spreading anti-American propaganda, and here we talk about uh, the information warfare, not just using the organized crime in foreign country to influence politics and to create political parties. No, we are not talking only about this. We're talking about information warfare, because you will be amazed how many Bulgarians believe in the Russian propaganda, especially when it comes to the war in Ukraine. They believe that the war in Ukraine was provoked by the United States, despite the fact that the Russian army invaded Ukraine, despite the fact that the Russians attacked so many civilian targets in Ukraine, economical infrastructure, critical infrastructure, that the Russians blocked correct me if I'm wrong, 20 million tons of grain, which are which were meant to be exported to African countries and to Asian countries and many countries around the globe. Ukraine became the second uh, f- exporter of grain on the planet. I, as a Bulgarian, see how many Bulgarians believe in the Russian propaganda, because there are many websites, even newspapers, just like the one called Top Secret, or in Bulgarian Strogo Sekretno. Uh, the founder of this newspaper, for example, which is a part of the information warfare of Russia against Bulgaria, this newspaper was founded by Krasimir Ivanjisky. His son participated in spreading Russian propaganda in the United States using the website Zero Hedge, which promotes Russian propaganda, which spreads anti American, anti Western lies in which we mustn't believe. Not I don't care about the West. Well, there are things I like in the Western system, but I don't care about the West. Don't think that I'm paid by the West, by the Western intelligence agencies. I'm nobody. I'm actually nobody. I'm just a YouTuber who has 7 subscribers. How could I be paid by someone? No, I'm not a media. I don't have any websites or a newspaper. I don't have it. Krasimir Ivanjisky, he's pro-Putin journalist, and he's pro-Russian, and he spreads propaganda about the denazification of Ukraine, the military special operation in Ukraine. Wait a minute, uh, what is the name of this military special operation? Uh, and why are targeted civilian targets, and who bombs the Ukrainian cities? The Russian propaganda always say it's the Azov fighters, always say that it's this is the Nazi Azov battalion, that the Ukrainian army shoots against civilian targets, that the Russians are innocent. But follow the path of the logics. Sabotage its own economy, its own that they will bomb their own ships full of grain, and these ships were meant to export grain to the third world, like Egypt. I will tell you something. Now the Russian Federation sabotages the Ukrainian economy and steals what they haven't destroyed. They have already stolen it, and they sent the stolen grain to Turkey and to Syria, and the Russians profit from it all. Have you ever heard about Andrei Beletsky? Have you ever heard of Andrei Beletsky? You probably haven't heard of him. He is the founder of the Azov Battalion, and he is the founder of the ultranationalist group Svoboda. Now you will say that he is probably anti-Russian radical, that he is sponsored by the Kiev junta. No, he is not. And I want you to watch a video, 3-minute video, in which he explains from 2010, in which he explains that he feels the Russian people like his brothers, and that he wants a confederation between Ukraine and Russia. We believe in so many, there are so many lies, and I have already told you that the organized crime can be used as a weapon. The information can be used as a weapon. The interfering of election and the corruption among foreign political parties, the use of corruption, this is a weapon. And it's not only jungle warfare, naval warfare, um, trench warfare. There are other types of warfare, gang warfare, for example. Bear in mind that there are tens, if not hundreds, of terrorist groups around the globe. I mean, big terrorist groups like ISIS, Al Qaeda, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Taliban, and their affiliates around the globe, like, for example, Boko Haram or Al Mujahideen um, or the pirates in Somalia and Asia, in Indonesia. Um, we are living in a state of war, and the political interfering, the use of organized crime, the infiltration, the use of special services, the secret services to infiltrate foreign country, to use the religion as a weapon to spread propaganda, the use of political parties. There are everything is a weapon. We see in the movies and um, even in military games the spreading of Russian propaganda, because the main propaganda which is spread in internet is Russian, but not only Russian. Leftist propaganda, Chinese propaganda, Iranian propaganda, pro-Assad propaganda. This is simply destroying the minds of the people. I don't find it as something normal. Young people like me to be anti-Western and pro-Russian oriented. This is crazy. And I want to use this channel to show you that we are living in a second Cold War. And I will be more accurate. I will give you many examples which can confirm my words that we live in a state of war. I will talk about the war in Ukraine, what is happening right now, what happened in the past 3 months. I will make analysis, but now I want you to see something very interesting, that the anti-Russian radical in Ukraine, who is now anti-Kremlin oriented, he was pro-Russian oriented in 2010, and I will show you that Andrei Beletsky is probably probably a puppet of Russia. And I will talk about Azov Battalion, I will talk about the war in Ukraine and its consequences. I will tell you, I will talk about the second Cold War we are living in. Now let me show you this video.